Dance a little.
We're back. Back on the Chain Gang. Hey! By the Pretenders, featuring Twinny on vocals. So this song is a story of taking I guess it's called classic rock now, a classic rock song, and putting it into the country genre and introducing all sorts of dynamics. Like it starts super tiny and then it builds to a huge thing. So it starts off with Bryce Clark on acoustic. Listen to that. It's so nice. Then Aaron comes in.
I found a picture of you.
Then Bryce Clark on telly.
And it hijacked my world.
Little
that
Steve
night.
Hinson. Oh
Place
yeah.
in the past, we've been cast out.
Chorus comes in. We've got a little bass coming in.
Back on the train, chain gang.
And then the drums come in for verse 2. The drums. Now why on the video there's a split screen of drums with mallets and then drums with sticks playing cymbals? Why did I do it that way? Well, so I wanted to treat the snare drum differently in this. I knew I was going to play the traditional I don't know if it's called a train beat when you're like with both hands on the snare playing a beat, but then I knew I wanted it to sound a little bit different, so bring in the mallets. So with the mallets, I didn't want to hit the cymbals with the mallets because that would sound weird. I still wanted like the sound of a stick hitting a cymbal, but I wanted the sound of the mallets hitting the snare. So we overdubbed the cymbals. But I think the drums sound really, really cool. Check them out. You know what I mean? Like, so once the drums are in, it's just the same dynamic. So how do we build from there? I'm glad you asked. So where are we? We're in verse 2. There's 20. Couple fills here. Oh, Stuart Duncan on fiddle. So chorus 2, we've got 3 electrics in now.
They put us back on the train. Back on the train.
It's the first time we've heard that sig lick, and that sig lick is coming in on 1 electric, 2 electrics, and fiddle. What happens in the bridge? A lot of the dynamics on the bridge here come from the guitar, so it's the same, minor chords over and over and over again. Then towards the end, the electrics just kind of start building.
As I stand here today, knowing that deep in my heart,
That's so cool, right? There we go. Now we're on to verse 3 technically. That's back to major, and it just suddenly sounds brighter and more exciting. What happens? The tambourine comes in.
I found a picture of you. Oh, those were the happiest days of my life.
It even says the word happy. It's happy. It's up. Speaking of Twinny, she does some really cool stuff on the outro. Check this out. You didn't hear that because we had already faded at that point, and it shows here on the session that the click stopped. We're all just playing, and let's see how the song actually ends before the fade. After the fade. That's good, we did a fade. That's how you do a cool, modern country version of a classic rock song. Thanks to Twinny, thanks to Aaron. See you on the next one.
I found a picture of you, and it hijacked my world that night to a place in the past we've been cast out of. Whoa, now we're back in the fight. Yes, we're back on the train, yeah. Whoa, back on the chain gang.
Circumstance beyond our control. The phone, the TV, and the news of the world got in the house like a pigeon from hell. Through setting our eyes into setting like flies.
It put us back on the train, yeah. Whoa, back on the chain gang. The powers that be that force us to live like we do, it brings me to my knees when I see what they've done to you. And how as I stand here today, knowing that deep in my heart they're far too new, and one day making us parts. I found a picture of you. Oh, those were the happiest days of my life. Like a break in the battle, that was your part. Oh, and the wretched life of a lonely heart. Now we're back on the train, yeah. Yes, we're back on the train, yeah. Girl, we're back on the train, back on the chain gang. Back on the chain gang.
It's gonna be a fade.